What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I am here to do my look into free agency as far as potential targets for linebacker for the Miami Dolphins. Before I get into that, though, I do want to mention a couple things because bits of news, obviously stuff comes out, every day. Regarding different players and stuff. We're building up to free agency. Nothing official is happening with a lot of these players. I talked about some, in my previous videos, my last couple videos or my last one for sure, I talked about, some of these potential wide receivers. Past couple videos, some of these potential wide receivers that are targets for the Dolphins that I would like to see them go after, but a handful of them look like they may just end up back with their same team. So I do want to add a couple players to that list. Some of the players, one player that I've already talked about on the offensive line, one of my top candidates for offensive line target in free agency, Ryan Jensen. Reports are out that the Bucs are gonna try and keep him and try and keep him in Tampa Bay, so maybe he comes off the board. Dalton Schultz at tight end, Jesse Bates at safety, a couple other guys that I'm just hearing are gonna stay with their respective teams potentially, and could come off the board as potential targets for us. I haven't talked about those last two guys yet because I haven't gotten to tight end and safety, but just wanted to make sure to throw that out there. So let's go ahead and just jump right in now because we are, like I said, going to be taking a look at linebackers. So just really fast, as I always do, start off with the position rankings by need. Offensive line with tackles and then center, don't need guards. Running back, wide receiver, linebacker being a true middle. Defensive line with edge and tackle. Cornerback, tight end, safety. Quarterback being backup, and specialist being punter. So there you have it. Wanted to, like I said, make sure I always keep that in the beginning of the video. And now we are going to take a look at some free agent targets, potential free agent targets for the Dolphins. And now, like I said, what we need is a true middle linebacker for sure, but I did want to throw in a good mix of guys. So some of these guys aren't necessarily true middle linebackers, but and so, for that reason, I wouldn't necessarily go after them myself. But again, anybody that's on my list is at least worth taking a look at. So we start with Jarrad Davis from the New York Jets, unrestricted free agent at 28, $5.5 million current APY. Measurables, combine, pro day. He was a round one pick in 2017, 21st overall. 5 years in the league. Started out with the Lions from 17 to 20. Now with the Jets from 21 to present. 64 games played, 50 started, 2,997 snaps, 599.4 per year, 330 total tackles, 66 per year, 219 solo, 43.8 per year, 111 assisted, 22.2 per year, 19 tackles for loss, 3.8, 23 quarterback hits, 4.6, 10.5 sacks, 2.625 per year. Interceptions got 1.2 per year, 7 forced fumbles, 1.4, 3 fumble recoveries, 0.6, 9 passes defensed, 1.8 per year. Got some decent stats in there though for his career, right? Not terrible. Again, a guy to take a look at. What we want to know though is how these guys do in run defense, particularly because if we're looking for a middle linebacker, we're going to need somebody who's going to be able to be stout up that middle. So anyway, 9 games played this year, 5 started. I think he had an injury. A lot of those Jets players got injured this year, especially on defense. Well, really both sides of the ball. They had a bunch of tough injuries. Anyway, one of my safeties, when I do get to safety, Marcus May, I have him on that list. He got injured this year too. Anyway, 208 snaps, 25 total tackles, 18 solo, 7 assisted, and he did get on the Pro Football Writers Association All-Rookie team in 2017. On those 208 snaps, 28.6 overall, 28 run defense, 61.6 pass rush, and 30 coverage. 330 snaps in 2020, 62.2 overall, 50.8 run defense, 61.4 pass rush, 72.1 coverage. 655 snaps in 2019, so he hasn't really graded out all that well. Probably not who I would go after as my top choice. But again, anyone I put on this list, I think is at least worth taking a look at. Where was I? So 2019, 655 snaps, 38.6 overall, 53.6 run, 72.4 pass rush, 30 coverage, 976 snaps in 2018. Keanu Neal. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Overall 51, because I was starting to think Keanu Neal is somebody I would lean a little bit more towards, actually. But anyway, overall 51, run defense 32.9. This is his 2018. 74.5 pass rush, 64.5 coverage, and 828 snaps in 2017. Guess I forgot to type in his coverage grade, so whoops. Anyway, 52.8 overall, 67.4 run, 75.2 pass rush, and whatever the fuck his coverage grade was, because I apparently forgot to put it in, so whoops. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, Keanu Neal, he is next from Dallas. He's in some void years, 27, 4 million current APY. Measurables Combine Pro Day. He was our first round pick in 2016, 17 overall, 6 years in. Started with the Falcons from 16 to 20. He's a little bit more intriguing for me if we're going to go after a middle linebacker at all. In this free agency period, 2021 to present, 63 games played, 53 started, 3,663 snaps, 610.5 per year, 410 total tackles, 68 per year, 287 solo, 47.8 per year, 123 assisted, 20.5 per year, 19 tackles for loss, 3.2, 6 quarterback hits, that's 1 per year, 2 sacks, 0.3, 2 interceptions, 0.3 per year, 8 forced fumbles, 1.3, 4 recoveries, 0.7. Again, getting some decent turnover production here. 16 passes defense, that's pretty nice, 2.7 per year. Played 14 games this past season, 5 started, 580 snaps, 72 total tackles, 44 solo, 28 assisted, 4 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits, 1 sack. Made the Pro Bowl in 2017 and also the Pro Football Writers Association All-Rookie Team in 2016. I think he got hurt this year too. A lot of guys got fucking hurt this year. I mean, injuries. They're rampant. They're always there. Anyway, 580 snaps in 2021, 36.6 overall. Didn't get graded out very well this past season. 28.1 run, 56.1 pass, 51 coverage, 918 snaps the season before in 2020, 68.2 overall, 67.9 run, 74.3 pass rush, and 66.2 coverage. You like to see that, obviously, a little bit more. And he's kind of been a little up and down. KJ Wright's not a bad fit for a veteran guy. We'll get to him in a minute. 2019 snaps, 166 snaps, 43.1 overall, 54.3 run, 86.7. Did get an elite pass rush grade there, 42 coverage, 37 snaps in 2018, 62.4 overall, 69.1 run, 59.1 pass rush, 58 coverage, 1,042 snaps in 2017, which turned out to be his best year. And you do like to see that run defense grade, and overall his grades have been okay. And run defense kind of been up and down, obviously, as you can see. Not a very good 2021 season. Anyway, 78.1 overall, 84.9 run, 72.3 pass, and 71.6 coverage. Pass rush, that is, and 920 snaps in 2016, 75.9 overall, 54.4 run, 50.1 pass, and an 86 coverage. KJ Wright, obviously, is a little bit older, but he's currently with the Vegas Raiders. But he's a pretty good... he's been a pretty good linebacker throughout his career, and somebody I do think that could help us, if we were to go after him. Like I said, I mean, just, when I'm compiling these lists, I just tried to get a range of guys, younger guys, older guys, various range of like draft status and stuff. I just tried to put together pretty decent list of prospects. Again, I mean, if I'm being honest, a lot of these guys, I am still learning a lot about. So his current APY is pretty low though. So, I'm not super familiar with all of these players, just to be honest and transparent, but I am learning a lot more about all of them and the league as a whole. So my knowledge base is growing, but KJ Wright, like I said, is a decent guy I would take a look at. as if you're going for like a more veteran guy, for because that linebacking core is pretty young overall too. So a lot of our team is. Anyway, he was a round 4 pick in 2011, 99 overall, 11 years in. Seattle Seahawks from 11 to 20, 2021 to present, and he has been with. He was with the Seahawks during some of their more prominent years too. So, anyway, 161 games played, 148 started, 8,696 snaps, 790.5 per year. Has been pretty much available as well, 992, and he's obviously got experience, 992 total tackles, 90.2 per year, 618 solo, 56.2 per year, 374 assisted, 34 per year, 68 tackles for loss, 6.2, 27 quarterback hits, 2.5, 13 and a half sacks, 1.2, 6 interceptions. It's not very many per year, but he does have 6 interceptions though. 11 forced fumbles, 1 per year, 9 fumble recoveries, 0.8 per year. So again, a lot of these linebackers do have decent turnover production. 54 passes defense, pretty solid, 4.9 per year. 17 games played, 8 started this past season, 425 snaps, 51 total tackles, 25 solo, 26 assisted, and 2 tackles for loss. And he did make the Pro Bowl in 2016. Also was a Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 48. Which was 2013, All-Pro second team in 2015 and 16, and did win the Steve Largent Award in 2020. So got a little bit of accomplishment there to his name, also some accolades. Pro Football Focus grades 425 snaps this past season, 63.7 overall, 67.2 run defense. He's been a little more solid and steady in his grading too, right? So, and pretty good overall and run most of these years as well, right? Like we need a middle linebacker. Anyway, 991 snaps in 2020, 75.3 overall, 67 run, 67.3 pass rush, and 78.7 coverage. 7 snaps in 2019, 62.1 overall, 63.8 run, 56.2 pass rush, 59.9 coverage. 223 snaps in 2018, 70.2 overall, 64.8 run, 64.3 pass rush, and 69.9 coverage. 956 snaps in 2017, 68.7 overall, 72.6 run, 59.7 pass rush, 65.5 coverage. 1,052 snaps in 2016, 74.7 overall, 81.3 run, 72 pass rush, 65.1 coverage. 2015, looking like one of his better years. 968 snaps, earned a couple of elite grades, an 89.9 overall, 82.2 run, 79.2 pass rush, and an 88.1 coverage. 918 snaps in 2014, 68.2 overall, 65.6 run, 63.9 pass rush, 67.5 coverage. Also, by the way, too, let's just acknowledge the fact that linebackers, they're all different. They have different skill sets and they're asked to do different things. So, just because some linebackers might not get good grades in like pass rush or whatever, for example, doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad as a player. It just might mean that that's not what they're asked to do. So that's one of the things that, comes with understanding all these different players, which is part of what I am trying to learn because I don't follow a lot of these players that closely. So I am trying to learn more about who they are as players. But anyway, 739 snaps in 2013, 70 overall, 59.6 run, 68.8 pass rush, 75 coverage. 865 snaps in 2012, 64.5 overall, 63.6 run, 64.6 pass rush, 63.7 coverage, and 562 snaps in his rookie season, 65.6 overall, 67.9 run, 86.1 pass rush, and a 56.3 coverage. All right, now we do get to another Dallas linebacker who is an intriguing prospect here. He's a younger guy with a pretty cheap current APY, Leighton Vander Esch. He's an unrestricted free agent. But that's obviously too if they let these guys go. Now, I haven't heard specific things about these players like I have some, there have been reports about some of those other players that I've mentioned previously that their teams are looking to keep them. Haven't heard that necessarily about him, although obviously I don't follow the Cowboys that closely. But if he were to break free, he's a young guy a relatively young but also veteran guy that I would look into for sure. He'd probably be more at the top of my list if I was going to go with a slightly younger, cheaper option, whereas, KJ Wright wasn't that expensive, but he is older, right? So if you're going for a more seasoned veteran guy, KJ Wright would probably be the right choice there, or at the top of the list at least. Anyway, draft status, he was a round 1 pick in 2018, 19 overall, 4 years in, all with the Cowboys so far. Career stats, 52 games played, 46 started, 2,417 snaps, 604.25 snaps per year. Also, by the way, when it comes to snap counts per year, I would say that somewhere between like 5 and 800 probably seems like a reasonable amount for a relatively full-time starter, because again, linebacking, and it depends on the schemes too, right? Because a lot of schemes are 3-4, where you're going to have 4 linebackers. A lot of schemes are 4-3, where you're only going to have 3. It also depends on the packages, because you might not have, there are packages where you sometimes only have 1 or 2 linebackers on the field. So there's a lot that plays into it. So it's kind of hard to say exactly what constitutes, a good amount of snaps, because it depends on the schemes, the packages, what happens each and every game, what kind of linebacker they are, what they're asked to do, etc., etc. So anyway, tackles, 349 total, 87, but he has had pretty good production and has had a good, solid workload for a young guy. 87.25 per year, 225 solo, 56.25, 124 assisted, 34, 8 tackles for loss, 2 per year, 4 quarterback hits, that's 1 per year, 2.5 sacks, 0.625, 3 interceptions, 0.75, 2 forced fumbles, half a forced fumble per year, 1 fumble recovery, 0.25, 12 passes defensed, and that's 3 per year. And again, solid production, especially for a young player. 17 games played, 16 started this past season, 663 snaps, 77 total tackles, 48 solo, 29 assisted, 4 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 1 sack, 1 interception, and 2 passes defensed. Did make the Pro Bowl in 2018, as well as second team All-Pro that year and Pro Football Writers Association All-Rookie team. On 663 snaps, his grading kind of fell off a little bit though, right? Started off really well in his first year. His grading hasn't been so good as of late. 663 snaps in 2021, 63.5 overall, 64.1 run, 64.3 pass rush, and a 59.4 coverage. 460 snaps in 2020, 50.6 overall, 60.2 run, 86.8 pass rush, 42.2 coverage. 510 snaps in 2019, 58.4 overall, 43.1 run, 78 pass rush, 65.5 coverage. And of course, his best year in 2018 was 784 snaps, 84.4 overall, 82.3 run, 66.5 pass rush, and an 81 coverage grade. All right, we move on to another intriguing prospect here for me, another former first-round pick, Rashaan Evans from the Tennessee Titans, unrestricted free agent at 27, just under $3 million current APY, measurables, combine, what there was for him. First-round pick in 2018, 22 overall, 4 years in, all with the Titans currently, 59 games played, 50 started, 2,783 snaps, 695.75 per year, 317 total tackles, 79.25 per year, 196 solo, 49 per year, 121 assisted, 30.25 per year, 15 tackles for loss, 3.75, 13 quarterback hits, 3.25, 3 sacks, 0.75, 2 interceptions, 0.5, 1 forced fumble, 0.25, 3 fumble recoveries, 0.75, 8 passes defense, 2 per year, 1 touchdown, 0.25 per year. As for 2021, he had 12 games played, 11 started, 445 snaps, 57 total tackles, 35 solo, 22 assisted, 3 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. Now again, this, it's either set or tied career bests if it's in green. Doesn't necessarily mean set, but also tied. Passes defensed with 2, and his grading has not been, particularly great, but, again, you can take PFF for what you want. I just wanted to make sure to have it in there because a lot of people do use it, and it is another set of data points to look at. So, it's good to have, I think. Snaps, 445, 44.5 overall, 41.3 run, 64.3 pass rush, 49.1 coverage, 893 snaps in 2020, 53.7 run, overall, 55.1 run, 62.6 pass rush, 60.4 coverage, 951 snaps in 2019, 49.9 overall, 71.3 run, 47.2 pass rush, and a 40.7 coverage, 494 snaps in 2018, 65.5 overall, probably his best year graded wise, 68.9 run, 58.1 pass rush, and a 60 coverage grade. Next, we move on to Quan Alexander. I really do like him as a linebacker, and I think he can provide a lot to that unit. And he would certainly be at the top of my list for another like veteran guy that I would go after. He's pretty cheap, unrestricted free agent at 28. And still, probably in the prime of his career, hasn't quite got to that 30 mark yet. So round 4 pick in 2015, 124 overall, 7 years in. Started with the Bucks. He has bounced around a little bit, 15 to 18 with them, 49ers in 2019, Saints in 2020, and then with the 49ers again, and then with the Saints ever since 2021 to present, or maybe he started with the 49ers and then went to the Saints and been with them ever since. I think that's actually what it was. But anyway, career stats: 78 games played, 74 started, 4,477 snaps, 639.6 per year, 521 total tackles, 74.4, 371 solo, 53, 150 assisted, 21.4, 43 tackles for loss, 6.1, 27 quarterback hits, 3.9, and 12 sacks, 1.7 per year. 8 interceptions, 1.1, 10 forced fumbles, 1.4, 5 fumble recoveries, 0.7 per year, 32 passes defense, 4.6, and 1 touchdown, which is 0.1 per year. 12 games played. This past season, 8 games started, 535. They obviously had a number of injuries, and then they got COVID too, which he missed a game for COVID, which was the game against us. 50 total tackles, 39 solo, 11 assisted, 7 tackles for loss, 7 quarterback hits, and 3.5 sacks, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 passes defensed. Made the Pro Bowl in 2017, and the All-Rookie Team, PFWA's All-Rookie Team in 2015. Hasn't had all that great grades, but I think he's better than what he's been graded, honestly, overall, and I do like him if they were going to go after a veteran guy in free agency. 2021, 535 snaps, 53.9 overall, 34.8 run, 57.1 pass rush, 67.6 coverage, 667 snaps in 2020, 58.6 overall, 60.2 run, 66.4 pass rush, 55.6 coverage, 357 snaps in 2019, 61.3 overall, 37.5 run, 56.1 pass rush, 81.3 coverage, 366 snaps in 2018, 57.4 overall, 49.5 run, 78.8 pass rush, 57.1 coverage, 716 snaps in 2017, probably one of his better years graded wise. 65.5 overall, 50 run, 71.9 pass rush, 72.5 coverage, 1,023 snaps in 2016, 68.5 overall, 59.2 run, 58.2 pass rush, 72.8 coverage, and 813 snaps in his rookie season, 41.5 overall, 36.6 run, 86.2 pass rush, kind of up and down there, 42.5 coverage. All right, we now come up to the next guy, as you see here, Reggie Ragland from the New York Giants, unrestricted free agent, 29, another veteran guy, pretty cheap as his current APY stands, measurables, combine, round 2 pick in 2016, 41 overall, 6 years in, started with the Bills, 17 to 2019 with the Chiefs, 2020 with the Lions, 2021 to present with the Giants, 75 games played, 47 started, 2,174 snaps, 362.3 per year, 279 total tackles, 46.5, 168, 28, 111, assisted 18.5, 16 tackles for loss 2.7, 8 quarterback hits 1.3, 3.5 sacks 0.6 per year, interceptions 1.2 per year, 2 forced fumbles 0.3, 2 fumble recoveries also 0.3, 4 passes defense 0.7, 1 touchdown 0.2 per year, 17 games played, 9 started this past season, 473 snaps, 67 total tackles, 38 solo, 29 assisted, 2 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 passes defensed. He also happens to be a Super Bowl champion from Super Bowl 54 in 2019, who was with the Chiefs, 2019 Chiefs. Anyway, 473 snaps in 2021, 61.2 overall, 65.3 run, 52 pass rush, 57.5 coverage, 562 snaps in 2020, 48 overall, 55 run, 60.3 pass rush, 35.7 coverage, 235 snaps in 2019, 68.1 overall, 70.4 run, 58.3 pass rush, and a 64.1 coverage. 582 snaps in 2018, 53.6 overall, 47.2 run, 81.1 pass rush, and a 59.1 coverage. 322 snaps in 2017, 76.6 overall, 84.7 run, 50.6 pass rush, and a 59.2 coverage. And then no snaps in 2016, so nothing there. Moving on to Anthony Walker Jr. from Cleveland. He's in some void contract years, 27, $3 million current APY. Measurables, combine scores, round 5th pick in 2017, 161 overall. 5 years in, 2017 to 2020 with the Colts, 2021 to present with the Browns. 70 games played, 60 started, 3,018 snaps, 603.6 per year. 456 total tackles, 91.2, 298 solo, 59.6, 158 assisted, 31.6. Obviously, when I'm saying the second number, it's the per year number. Tackles for loss, 21, 4.2, 7 quarterback hits, 1.4, 4.5 sacks, 0.9 per year. I'm just trying to streamline my process here a little bit as I learn how I go through all this, because it's the first time I've done it in this format. Anyway, 3 interceptions, 0.6 per year, 1 forced fumble, 0.2, 2 recoveries, 0.4, 13 passes defense, 2.6 per year. 13 games played this last season, 12 started, 701 snaps, 113 total tackles, 69 solo, 44 assisted, 2 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 1 pass, 1 sack, and 2 passes defensed. 701 snaps this season with a 69.1 overall, 51.2 run defense, grade, 68 pass rush, 78.2 coverage, 697 snaps in 2020, 48 overall, 41.1 run, 61.3 pass rush, 56.7 coverage, 811 snaps in 2019, 61 overall, 43.5 run, 60.9 pass rush, 73.3 coverage, 694 snaps in 2018, 60 overall, 64.9 run, 77 pass rush, and a 52.1 coverage, 115 snaps in 2017, 65.2 overall, 69.2 run, 57.5 pass rush, and a 55.7 coverage. All right, now we move on to Kaiser White, who's pretty young, pretty cheap, and I actually think he's an intriguing prospect as a, like I said, relatively young and cheap free agent linebacker from the Los Angeles Chargers. Here are his measurables, combine, pro day. Round 4 pick in 2018, 119 overall, 4 years in, all with the Chargers. 47 games played, 37 started, 2,034 snaps, 508.5 per year, 278 total tackles, 69.5, 177 solo, 44.25, 101 assisted, 25.25, 13 tackles for loss, 3.25, 7 quarterback hits, 1.75, and 1.5 sacks, 0.375 per year. 4 interceptions, 1 per year, 2 forced fumbles, half a forced fumble per year, 10 passes defense, 2.5 per year. Solid numbers there and the kinds of things that I would like to see, especially because of what we need right now. Anyways, and then he did set and or match career bests, a lot of them in 2021. 17 games played, 17 started, 981 snaps, 144 total tackles, 90 solo, 54 assisted, 7 tackles for loss, 4 quarterback hits, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 passes defensed. And he's been all right. He's been solid in his grading. But I do like him as a young, a young prospect for us in free agency if we're going to go this route. 981 total snaps, 66.5 overall, 63 runs, 73 pass rush, 65.7 coverage, 539 snaps in 2020, 51.5 overall, 41.2 runs, 71.2 pass rush, 61.1 coverage, 372 snaps in 19, 66.6 overall, 63 run, 54.6 pass rush, 67.5 coverage, and 142 snaps in 2018, 65.6 overall, 66.2 run. Didn't get a pass rush grade and 66.7 coverage. All right, now we move on to another guy this is leaning more back towards the old savvy, crusty veteran end of the spectrum. Dante Hightower from the Patriots, UFA, 32. He is a little bit pricier at that almost $9 million current APY. Measurables, combine, pro day. Round 1 pick in 2012, 25th overall, 10 years in, all with the Patriots. 117 games played, 114 started, 5,928 snaps, 592.8 per year, 569 total, 56.9, 353 solo, 35.3, 216 assisted, 21.6, 43 tackles for loss, 4.3, 67 quarterback hits, 6.7, and 27 sacks, 2.7 per year, 1 interception, 0.1, 2 forced fumbles, 0.2, 5 fumble recoveries, 0.5. Would like to see him be a little bit better than that, especially being in a Bill Belichick run defense where that is a high priority for them, forcing turnovers, but it is what it is, and they do that pretty well as a defense overall. But they're going to let J.C. Jackson walk? Probably not a good idea. Anyway, 18 passes defense, 1.8, 2 touchdowns, 0.2, and he has 1 safety to his career, 0.1 as well per year. So 15 games played and 15 started in 2021, 634 snaps, 64 total tackles, 39 solo, 25 assisted, 1 tackle for loss, 4 quarterback hits, 1.5 sacks, 1 pass defense. Did make it to the Pro Bowl in 16 and 19. Also landed on the New England Patriots 2010s All-Decade Team. 3-time Super Bowl champion, obviously, all with them in Super Bowl 49, 51, and 53, 2014, 16, and 18, respectively, and made the All-Pro Second Team 2016. 2021, he had 634 snaps, 53.7 overall, 69 run, 58.7 pass rush, 38.8 coverage. Didn't have any snaps in 2020. He was an opt-out, 723 in 2019, 69.4 overall, 66.5 run, 62.7 pass rush, 69.7 coverage. He's overall been pretty decent, especially, earlier on in his career. He's got some good grades there, right? Let's see, 774 and 18, 65 overall, 62.9 run, 61.3 pass rush, 63.4 coverage, 237 snaps in 17, 55.5 overall, had a couple down years here, 56.1 run, 59.5 pass rush, 56.2 coverage, 708 snaps in 16, 76.2 overall, 65.9 run, 87.3 pass rush, and 68.3 coverage, 593 snaps in 15 to 80.9 overall, 74 run, 86.7 pass rush, 66.7 coverage, 835 snaps in 14, 84 overall, 78.1 run, 68.3 pass rush, 84.4 coverage, 856 snaps in 13, 65.6 overall, 81.3 run, 67 pass rush, 46.5 coverage, 568 snaps in 2012, 69 overall, 69.2 run, 80.9 pass rush, and a 60 coverage grade. We do move on to another linebacker from the New England Patriots. He is younger, though, and cheaper as well. As you can see here are measurables, pro day scores. Draft status, he was a 5th-round pick in 2018, 143 overall, 4 years in, all with the Patriots. 48 games played, 33 started, 1,712 snaps. He is a really intriguing prospect, though, for me, if we're going to go with a slightly younger, cheaper option in free agency, or if we even if we even go after a linebacker at all in free agency. 428 snaps per year, 258 total tackles, 64.5, 156 solo, 39, 102 assisted, 25.5, 11 tackles for loss, 2.75, 10 quarterback hits, 2.5 sacks with 0.625 per year, 1 interception, 0.25, 3 forced fumbles, 0.75, 6 passes defensed, 1.5 per year. Did set or match a number of career bests as well in 2021. 16 games played, 16 started, 691 snaps, 109 total tackles, 68 solo, 41 assisted, 5 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits, 1 sack, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 passes defense, and obviously did win Super Bowl 53 with the Patriots in 2018. 2021, 691 snaps, 68.1 overall, 70 run, 78.8 pass rush, 56.7 coverage, 608 snaps in 2020, 53.2 overall, 47.1 run, 57.4 pass rush, 63.4 coverage. 2019 had 275 snaps, 67.6 overall, 62.7 run, 67.9 pass rush, 65.3 coverage, and 138 snaps his rookie year, 80.7 overall, 69.2 run, 49.6 pass rush, and 84.5 coverage. We move on to another one of the crusty veterans, Alec Ogletree from the Chicago Bears, UFA 31, just over $1 million current APY, measurables, combine, pro day. He was a 1st-round pick in 2013, 30th overall. 9 years in, started with the then St. Louis Rams, 13 to 15. They then became the Los Angeles Rams again, 16 to 17, 18 to 19 with the Giants, 2020 with the Jets, and 2021 to present with the Bears. 111 games played, 110 started, 6,859 snaps, 762.1 per year, 766 total tackles, 85.1, 531 solo, 59, 235 assisted, 26.1, 49 tackles for loss, 5.4, 21 quarterback hits, 2.3, 7.5 sacks, 0.8, 12 interceptions. It's quite a lot. 1.3, obviously been in the league for a number of years, but that is a lot. 1.3 per year. 13 forced fumbles, 1.4. 2 fumble recoveries, 0.2 per year. 61 passes defense, 6.8. And 4 touchdowns, 0.4 per year. That's quite a number of touchdowns for a career for a linebacker as well. Stats, 16 games, 2021 stats, 16 games played, 16 started, 697 snaps, 87 total tackles, 55 solo, 32 assisted, 5 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits, 1 forced fumble, and 4 passes defense. Made the PFWA's all-rookie team in 2013 and second team all-pro in 16. Grades haven't been all that stellar, though, as you can see. 697 snaps in 2021, 29.4 overall, 29.6 run, 62 pass rush, 34.8 coverage, 73 snaps in 2020, 27.9 overall, 44.4 run, 68.2 pass rush, 29.3 coverage, 850 in 2019, 55.6 overall, 50 run, 76.7 pass rush, 55 coverage, 885 snaps in 2018, 49.3 overall, 44.1 run, 68.4 pass rush, 54.5 coverage, 923 and 17, 55.9 overall, 45.4 run, 82.7 pass rush, 56.7 coverage, 1,090 snaps in 2016, 63.3 overall, 62.2 run, 55.5 pass rush, 70.5 coverage, 263 snaps in 15, 54 overall, 67.4 run, 67.2 pass rush, and a 44.8 overall coverage. 1,045 snaps in 2014, 52.8 overall, 52.2 run, 65.7 pass rush, and 53 coverage grade. And then 1,033 snaps in 2013, 63 overall, 63.4 run, 63.6 pass rush, and 62.7 coverage. All right, now we move on to Devondre Campbell from the Green Bay Packers. He's in void years. He's 29, pretty cheap at $2 million. He's actually overall probably more at the top of my list out of all these guys. Again, I didn't put them necessarily in order of like who I would take at the top. I just tried to get you a number of guys, you know, a mix of veterans, somewhat younger guys, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But Devondre Campbell probably is one of my top choices on this list overall. Measurables combine pro day, he was a round 4 pick in 2016, 115 overall, 6 years in. Started with the Falcons from 16 to 19, the Cardinals in 2020, and the Packers from 2021 to present. 91 games played, 86 started, 5,190 snaps, 865 per year, 608 total tackles, 101.3, 405 solo, 67.5, 203 assisted, 33.8. 31 tackles for loss, 5.2, 19 quarterback hits, 3.2, 9.5 sacks, 1.6. Got some pretty decent numbers too overall, as you can see. 5 interceptions, 0.8, 8 forced fumbles, 1.3, 2 fumble recoveries, 0.3, 24 passes defense, and that's 6 per year. Did set and or match a number of career bests this past season. 16 games played, 16 started, 988 snaps, 146 total tackles, quite a few, right? 102 solo, 44 assisted, 6 tackles for loss, 6 quarterback hits, 2 sacks. It'd give Jerome Baker a run for his money, right? 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 5 passes defense. He appears, though, to be better at some other things that Baker isn't. Anyway, and did make All-Pro in 2021, which was his best year graded-wise, but, you know, kind of does seem like he's come into his own. Obviously started off a little bit struggling when it comes to his grade-wise, but I think that he's a pretty solid player, and I think that he would definitely improve that linebacking unit. On those 988 snaps and 85.8 overall, 82 runs, 73.8 pass rush, 83.1 coverage, 880 snaps in 2020, 49 overall, 48.3 run, 51.1 pass rush, 51.5 coverage, 924 snaps in 2019. 50.1 overall, 62.5 run, 55.3 pass rush, 41.1 coverage, 901 in 2018, 56.6 overall, 65.3 run, 57.8 pass rush, and a 50.6 coverage, 950 snaps in 2017, 68.3 overall, 63.8 run, 72.5 pass rush, 66.7 coverage, and 547 snaps in 2016, 51.6 overall, 49.5 run, 51.7 pass rush, and a 54.4 coverage. All right, we're getting close to the end of this list. I did get a lot of linebackers, maybe more than I should have, but I did, obviously put a number of linebackers in this list. But we're getting close to the end. We come up now to Atlanta's Foyesade Olokun. I apologize if I screwed up your name, my dude. He's a UFA, 27, pretty cheap. Here are measurables, combine, or pro day scores. He was a 6th round pick in 2018, 200 overall, 4 years in, all with the Falcons, 64 games played, 41 started, 2,881 snaps, 720.25 per year, has a pretty good workload. Has actually put up some pretty solid numbers too. 462 total tackles, 115.5 per year, 272 solo, 68, 190 assisted, 47.5, 12 tackles for loss, that's 3 per year, 18 quarterback hits, 4.5, 5 sacks, 1.25 per year, 5 interceptions, 1.25, 7 forced fumbles, 1.75, 1 fumble recovery, 0.25. Pretty solid in the turnover department as well, and getting some pretty good passes defense, 11 to his name, 2.75 per year, and set or matched a number of career bests this past season, including got an award for NFL tackles leader in 2021. 17 games played, 17 started, 1,149 snaps, 192 total tackles, Jesus Christ, 102 solo, 90 assisted, 4 tackles for loss, 7 quarterback hits, almost 200 total tackles, 2 sacks, so maybe kind of coming into his own, huh? Although his grades don't look pretty good. Anyway, quarterback hits, 7, 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 6 passes defensed. And then, as we mentioned, the grades don't look all that good, but I think he is probably a bit better than what he's been graded. 1,149 snaps this past season, 45.8 overall, 43.3 run, 49.8 pass rush, 52.8 coverage. 896 snaps in 2020, 56.6 overall, 55 runs, 75.8 pass rush, 53 coverage, 311 snaps in 2019, 62.7 overall, 62.7 runs, 60.5 pass rush, 63.2 coverage, and 525 snaps, which was his best graded year in 2018, 65.7 overall, 62.4 runs, 64.2 pass rush, and a 66.8 coverage grade. Woo! All right, there you have it. A lot. I know these videos tend to be 30 to 45 minutes long. There's a lot of information, but I do hope you guys appreciate all the information that I'm trying to give you guys and provide for you. Again, I am learning a lot myself, because I am each year over the past few years, as I've been doing this channel, I've been trying to get more and more involved, learn more about the league, about upcoming prospects. And this year, I'm focusing on, this offseason, it's a mix of both a free agency, learning about, other players from the league, but also getting more, in depth when it comes to draft prospects as well. So a lot of learning going on for me, hopefully a lot going on for you as well, and I hope you appreciate it. I am trying to work on finding ways to streamline it and stuff as well as I, go through it and I experience this a little bit more under this format and whatever. I want to keep all the information, but maybe I'll stop, maybe, for example, I'll stop actually reading through all of their previous year's grades. I'll just, make sure that I scroll through them so you can take a look at them or whatever, so you can see for yourself. But I do like for sure having all of the information in there, because it's a lot of good data to give you guys an idea of these different players and who they are and what they can do for us. And then, yeah, so anyway, with that, I'm going to wrap it up, though. Let me go ahead and make sure to remind you about the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like, they got it, and they're looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, while also providing you with an arena to dispute the terrible officiating. So look for the links to that in the description box. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro, as well as on Instagram at Dolphins_with_Dillon. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.
Miami wins it.